Things I wish I would have known before I got into a relationship. For reference, I am in a 3-year long relationship. I have been with my partner since I was 18 and he was 19 and I'm 21 now. One of the biggest things that I feel like people are not realizing nowadays is that your partner is not going to be perfect. Now, with all the social media couples, I feel like people show this kind of like fake representation about like what couples are. When you're a couple, you're more than likely you're gonna fight at least once in your relationship. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, like, depending on what kind of relationship you're in, your partner's not always gonna be like getting you like super expensive, like Rolls Royces, or you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people take that and they're like, oh, you're not getting me things that this girlfriend got from her partner or whatever, or this boyfriend got from his partner or whatever. You clearly don't love me as much as they love their partner or whatever, like on social media. It ain't real, y'all. It's not real. Most of the time it's just for views. And like I said, usually behind closed doors there's something going on with that relationship. So that's the first thing. Your partner is not going to be perfect no matter how much the internet tells you they will be. Second thing, you have to be ready to put yourself aside in relationships. So relationships are to benefit you, but they're also to benefit the other person at the same time. And I feel like I said, obvious, but people really don't take that into consideration. You can't just be like, oh, this person doesn't agree with me, so, they're wrong. Or this person doesn't agree with me, so I'm going to dump them. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Well, depending on what they're wrong about. You know what I mean? If it's something crazy, then, do what you got to do. But if it's something little, like they don't like this certain show, or they have this certain way of living and stuff like that, that's not a big thing on your morals, then you really have to decide whether you should, like, whether that flaw is something so big to the point where you can't take it with you. Because the thing is, right, is that everyone is flawed. Like I've said before at the beginning, like your partner's not going to be perfect. So you have to pick your poison. You know what I mean? Like there's usually going to be at least one thing that you don't like about the person. And you're just going to have to either suck it up, or, you know what I'm saying? Like there's usually always going to be one thing that you don't like about the person. So kind of get ready for that now. You know what I mean? Another tip is don't tell like your friends or family what's going on in your relationship. So I really try not to do this with the people around me, because even if like my partner does like this really minuscule thing, usually those family members or friends usually carry that and take that with them and think like the whole time like, oh, like I don't like your partner kind of thing. And honestly, it's between you and that partner. If you need to, tell your therapist, tell it on an anonymous forum. Don't be telling people that, especially know your partner. If you have a friend that like doesn't know your partner, is never going to meet your partner, whatever, right? But like, don't be just telling everybody your business, Don't be telling everybody your business. Another thing is make sure that you actually want to be in a relationship before you get in a relationship, because I feel like people get in a relationship and they act like it's like a dog, where you like it for the first day or the first week or the first month or the first 2 months, 3 months, and then you just kind of start neglecting it. You cannot neglect, which you shouldn't neglect your dog. But what I'm saying is you're gonna have to have effort throughout the entire relationship. Even if it's like a little bit of effort, you got to put in some effort. And I feel like that's what people don't understand. You're doing a life commitment. A life commitment. Well, if you end up getting married, but I feel like most people, their whole thing is they want to find a partner so that they can stay with them, unless you do like a casual thing, which I don't know if that's like I don't know. I don't know what people are going on, but you know what I mean. If you are trying to be with your partner for life, you have to understand this is a life commitment. And if you are young, if you don't feel like you can take care of like another person, if your mental health's not great, maybe you should not date right now, And thing is, like, a partner will like ride for you no matter what if you got mental health problems or whatever, right? Like obviously, like things haven't been completely like sunshines and rainbows for the past like 3 years with my partner, you know what I'm saying, like with my mental health and stuff. But I feel like it's wrong to get into a relationship starting with mental health issues, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're not at the best you can be, to kind of show your partner that you are able to be there for them when they need it, you know what I mean? Another thing is, don't hold grudges. Don't keep things to yourself, because that will build up resentment. For me, right, I have a huge thing about like just not saying when something bothers me, because I just like learned that from like my environment growing up. And that really kind of like took a toll on me in my relationship, because like if I was upset about something, I would just let it go. And then like something else would happen. And then something else would happen. And then something else would happen. And it would just keep building up resentment over and over again for my partner. And that's not a good thing, right? So something that I've learned probably like a year ago, right, after these 3 years, is to say what is bothering me when it's bothering me, right? If I can't say it then, I will take some time and I will say it later, right? And I think that that's so important, because building up resentment and hate is just so draining, and it just changes your personality completely. Like, carrying all that hate with you, you will not recognize yourself, after a little bit of carrying that with you. Say what you got to say. And, if your partner is supportive enough, you guys will have good communication about it, and you guys will fix the issue. And I think this is going to be my last tip, but it's a really big one. Make sure that you don't get too much in your head, okay? Now, my boyfriend will say one thing, right? And for some reason, maybe like 12 hours later, I'll be thinking about what he said, and I'll be like, man, did he like diss me or something? Like, did he say something bad to me and I didn't even realize? And then I start over analyzing it. And I'm like, man, like, I'm upset about it now. Like, all of a sudden I'm upset about it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because every time that I've talked to my partner about it, he's like, oh yeah, that's not what I meant. Or he's like, oh yeah, like, I didn't mean it in a mean way. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, usually, like, for me specifically, I don't know about the overthinkers. The overthinkers, y'all need to stop overthinking. Y'all need to leave it alone. Y'all need to leave it alone. Don't let your mind start wandering or whatever. And like I said, if it does, bro, just let your partner know. Speak on that. It's really big to speak on it, because it's probably just a misunderstanding kind of thing, And misunderstandings can create a lot of tension and stuff like that. So yeah. Overall, relationships are about resilience, and they're a lot. They're a lot. So just think about them before you get into them, because you can hurt somebody's heart, or someone can hurt your heart, and you don't want that. So yeah. Bye.